Have you ever wondered how a seemingly invincible regime can crumble to dust? Well, pull up a chair and let's delve into the story of the recent unexpected collapse of the Syrian regime under President Bashar al-Assad. In the grand theater of global politics, the Syrian regime was once a formidable player. Its leading man, Bashar al-Assad, ruled with an iron fist, supported by a chorus of allies including Russia and Iran. But as in any drama, the tides of fortune ebbed and flowed, and the once mighty regime found itself on shaky ground. The first act of this drama began with a loss of support from Assad's allies. Russia, embroiled in the Ukrainian conflict, and Iran, dealing with its own internal issues, began to shift their focus away from Syria. The regime, like a puppet without its puppeteers, began to flounder. Meanwhile, backstage, internal dissent was simmering. Corruption was rampant, and the regime's involvement in organized crime, particularly drug trafficking, further destabilized its security apparatus. Imagine a ship with a hole in its hull. It was only a matter of time before it started to sink. Enter stage right, the opposition forces. They made substantial territorial gains, capturing key cities and weakening Assad's grip on power. Picture the final scene of a blockbuster movie, with the underdog rising against the villain. However, the plot thickened as external factors added to the drama. The Syrian regime was not only dealing with internal challenges, but also contending with regional conflicts. The situation escalated into a critical point where Assad's downfall was not just a possibility, but a demand of the Syrian people. The final act saw the regime struggling to maintain control amidst these pressures, like a juggler with too many balls in the air. And then suddenly the regime collapsed, leaving the world in a state of surprise and, for some, a glimmer of hope. To summarize, the collapse of the Syrian regime was a gradual process, a slow-motion fall, if you will. It started with the loss of support from allies, internal dissent, and successful opposition forces. It was exacerbated by economic turmoil, humanitarian crises, and the regime's involvement in organized crime. Finally, the pressures reached a breaking point, leading to the sudden collapse of the regime. So, next time you think of a seemingly invincible regime, remember the story of the Syrian regime under Bashar al-Assad. It's a reminder that no matter how solid a structure may seem, it can still crumble under the right pressures. And that, my friends, is the unpredictable nature of global politics.